Chapter 13. Dr. Patrick entered the waiting area and Jared shot out of his seat like a rocket to accost him. "Is she okay? Tell me she's going to be okay." The doctor held up his hands. "Physically, she's okay. She had some ketamine in her blood, but it's working its way out. Thankfully, it looks like her dose was low, as she seems to remember the incident. We think you got there in time to save her from any intimate attack, but emotionally and mentally she is scarred. You can speak now, but she may not want to. You're going to have to give her time." Jared's jaw tensed and his hands balled into fists. "Can we see her?" he asked. The doctor nodded, and Jared and Emily followed the man down the hall to Amanda's room. She looked so fragile and pale in the white bed. "How are you?" Jared asked as he reached the side of her bed. Amanda was listless, and there was a distance in her eyes. "I'm okay, I guess, thanks to you guys." Though a half smile played on her lips, it did not reach her eyes, and the sparkle was gone. "The police are going to be looking for Caleb," Jared said, "but they're probably going to want a statement from you." She nodded. "Yeah, I figured." Jared's heart went out to her. He wanted to tell her that everything was going to be okay, but he knew it wasn't. He had spoken with enough victims to know she had a long path to recovery in front of her. "Okay, Amanda needs her rest," a short, stocky nurse said as she entered the room. "You can come back again tomorrow." Jared nodded, though he did not want to leave. "I wish I knew what else to do for her," he sighed as he sank into a chair in the waiting room. "You be her friend and you pray for her." Emily sat beside him and placed a hand on his arm. "I know, it's just that it doesn't feel like enough, you know? I know God is so much bigger than you or me, but..." His voice trailed off. "Sometimes it's not about being perfect and having the right words," Emily said softly. "It's about being human and having empathy." "Yeah, I just feel helpless. I feel like I should have done more to dissuade her from dating Caleb." "You really care for her, don't you?" Emily asked. Jared's lip curled in a half smile. "I have since the moment I met her. Is that terrible?" "No, I think it's sweet, and I think you'd make a great couple. But I'm afraid it may be a while before she dates again." "Excuse me, sir." 2 cops stood before them. "Are you Jared Masterson?" Jared nodded. "We have a few questions for you, if you don't mind." Jared stood, following the officers to a small office. The room was barely more than a closet, and while he had nothing to hide and wasn't generally claustrophobic, the tight space sped up Jared's heart rate. "I'm Detective Scott, and this is Detective Delaney," the taller man said. "Can you tell us how you know the victim?" Jared nodded and swallowed to ease the dryness in his throat. "I met Amanda this year, and we worked together at Students for Life." "What is that?" Detective Scott asked, scribbling on a notepad. "It's a pro-life college organization. We work together to inform women of options other than abortion." "And how about Caleb West?" Jared's muscles tensed as he clenched his fists tighter. "Caleb, I met last year when the girl I was dating chose him instead." Detective Scott stopped scribbling and looked up at Jared with a raised eyebrow. "So, would you say you held a grudge?" Jared bristled at the implication in the detective's words. "I wasn't upset when Nikki began dating Caleb. I was, however, concerned when she disappeared without a word to anyone after a similar frat party she attended with Caleb. That is why I went to this party. I wanted to make sure nothing happened to Amanda." He stared pointedly at the officers. "I guess it's a good thing I did, or she might be in worse shape than she is." The 2 officers shared a look before Detective Scott asked, "Is there anything else you haven't told us? Anything at all?" Jared shook his head. "I've told you everything I know." Amanda was released early the next morning. An orderly brought her out in a wheelchair, and Jared cringed at the drastic change that had happened in just 24 hours. Amanda's eyes were sunken and surrounded by dark circles, and her ivory skin was paler than normal. Emily, who had come with him to pick Amanda up, gasped and placed her hand on Jared's arm. He nodded his agreement. "Are you ready to go back home?" Emily asked, her bright and chipper voice sounding forced. Amanda shrugged and looked down at her hands. Jared and Emily exchanged another glance as they walked out to his car. The ride back to the dorms was quiet and uncomfortable. "Is there anything I can do for you?" Jared asked as he opened the door for Amanda and helped her out. "No, thank you. I think I just need time." She walked into the dorm, leaving the two friends staring at each other. "I'm worried about her," Jared said. Emily nodded as she stated, "I am too. I'll try to talk to her roommate tomorrow and see if she knows of anyone we could contact for Amanda. Family or friends or someone." "That's a great idea," Jared said. "Let me know what you find out and how I can help."